All right, let me grab this. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Stuff and things and stuff and things. Hey, Silhouette, welcome. I'm actually on time today. I know. Nobody saw it coming. It's amazing. Give it a couple minutes because Kissa really likes this and so wants to watch, I'm sure. She always is worried if I say I can't stream on a particular time during the weekend, like I can mostly stream, but one of the streams I'll miss, she's always worried it's gonna be this one or something. So yeah, so I think we're like chapter 5 now in this, and we're at Black Mirror Castle, so I think we're getting to the end game. I don't know how far we are from it, but I think we're getting toward the end. Still, obviously, stuff has to happen, but this feels like roughly the equivalent of when Samuel had already killed the doctor, and just a little bit before he killed his uncle. This feels like as far as percentage through the game, this feels in this game like it's about that same percentage somewhere in there. I don't know, of course. This might be closer to when he finds the underground tunnels. I'm not sure, but I don't know what to expect. I'm not convinced that Angelina is dead. I think she's probably just being held captive or something, but at the same, and I also don't think she's with the guild or the cults, but I'm not totally sure. She could be with the cult, and she could also be dead. But I think the most likely thing is that she was investigating, got too enmeshed, too tied up with everything, and got caught. And because Darren has Gordon blood, they want him for their ceremony and stuff, and so they basically lured him here to England specifically so he could help them with that, but also by capturing Angelina. They probably would have killed Angelina, and maybe they did. Maybe they did already, and maybe they're just pretending like she's alive so that Darren still holds out hope and tries to help save her. But I think it's more likely they are holding her captive because they wanted to lure Darren here because he has Gordon blood. And then the only other question is she part of the cult or not? Given it's kind of a big risk to assume somebody is going to find your journal entries that give more details about everything. Like, I don't know, maybe she maybe she is part of the cult and saw how resourceful he was um, in America, and so was like, well, if he investigates that thoroughly, he's gonna totally find it if I put it here. But again, it's a risk to take, right? Because there's no way you can know for sure that Darren is gonna look in a particular place for your journal. So I don't know. I personally, I feel like if a mystery is going to be written well, it cannot really. I mean, unless you're doing something like there are horror vibes. No, I'm not talking about in that way. Okay, that's not in the way I mean. But as far as the mystery itself, like figuring things out, the more ridiculous you make it, the harder of a sell it is. So if you make a large number of improbable things, like she happened to have her journal here and Darren happened to find it, it's harder to suspend disbelief for something like that. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that turns out, if that turns out to be true, and if so, how they manage that in the game, because I could see that very easily becoming unbelievable, where you're just kind of like, I mean, I guess, and you're not really satisfied with how they do it. We'll see. Okay, I know I was waiting for Kissa to come on, but I'm assuming she's running late. We'll just get into it. It's not like she doesn't know what's going on. She's obviously played this before. So I will just start playing and she can just catch up. That's fine. I know we were trying to find out information from Black Mirror Castle. We wanted to. We're worried somebody here is involved with the cult. We don't know who, and we're trying to find information, both about that, but also like maybe what they might know, like if anybody knows where Angelina might be, all of this kind of thing, right? So, and we're now upstairs, which in the first game was just bedrooms except for Robert's office, where he had like the stuff hidden in the wall and his research notes and stuff, right? But I think that's all that was up here in the first game, like that we saw. So we'll see if there's more, if there are more rooms here, or if it's just gonna be bedrooms. I'm like close to sneezing, but I'm not sneezing, so I'm wondering. I don't want to be talking and then sneeze in the middle. Give me just 1 minute. I'm gonna go blow my nose, try to get whatever this is out so it stops itching my nose, so I don't sneeze all over my keyboard and get gross or something. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. All right. Took a little bit, but we're good. Okay. And I ended right here, so I've not done any exploring upstairs. So let's see what we've got. Plant. No. Stone face.
I have no idea what that's supposed to be. It looks a bit like a sentinel. It's locked. There's probably nothing special inside anyway. An antique vase or carafe. I'll leave that where it is. An old-fashioned telephone. But who should I call? An old-fashioned telephone. So much for the nakedness in England. 4 naked girls at once here. And the chap they're all entertaining really seems to be enjoying it.
So you're saying they're pervs. They're perverts. Okay, got it.
So much for the nakedness in England.
All right. I'm just saying the way he said it, right? He was like, oh, so there are a bunch of perverts here. So. Bathroom we did not have previously. Who should you call, Darren? Ghostbusters, that's right. Is it Ghostbusters so much as Cult Busters here? Or maybe Demon Busters, right? Wasn't it? It's a cult ceremony, so isn't it like Samuel got kind of possessed last time? I mean, he went crazy, but I don't know for sure, but I feel like the curse is legitimate, but I feel like it's not just a curse, because a curse usually implies bad luck, which it happens. The whole family has misfortune. Like, people keep dying and they get smaller and smaller, right, over time. But I feel like it's not just a curse. It's a curse specifically that, like, summons, like, a demon force that takes over somebody. I don't think it's that Samuel suddenly went crazy. I think that Samuel effectively got controlled by a demon. I think when he killed his wife, I don't know what triggered it, but when he killed his wife, I think it was some kind of demonic something or other, because he didn't even, I mean, it could be mental disorder with just that, right? But then later, when he kills the doctor, he kills his uncle, and then he goes down below and they're like the sacrifices he did and stuff. I feel like it was like a demon controlling him, honestly. I don't know. I mean, it could be insanity, but the problem is if the insanity takes over and then doesn't, and then takes over and then doesn't, like, is it just split personality disorder or something? Because you would think he would have more episodes if it was progressively getting worse. He killed his wife like a year or two or whatever before he showed back up in that first game, right? So if it was like a couple of years or something before that he killed his wife, so he had a break, like a psychological break, and his split personality came out. And then in 2 years, his split personality never came out until he killed his grandfather. And then all of a sudden it started happening within, like, time altogether you're talking about a very short amount of time, right? He killed his grandfather, then only a few days later he killed the doctor, then only a couple days later or a day later he killed his uncle. It just doesn't make sense to me that the psychological break would happen and then you'd have no episodes and then a whole bunch all in a row. I don't think... I'm not a psychologist, so maybe it does, but it feels wrong. It feels like it doesn't work like that. It feels like you'd have gradually more and more episodes as time went on, as that personality became more and more developed and more pronounced. And so maybe it started to push the natural personality back in favor for this new personality. I don't know. But it feels like how that happened in the first game could not be explained away by psychology. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist, so I could be totally wrong. But it doesn't feel right to me from everything I've ever heard about it. But again, like I said, I'm no expert.
pile of towels. Small ones, big ones, nothing but towels.
Okay, so it's
Pile
only
of towels.
so it's only the top drawer. This whole thing is just that. Okay.
I wonder what was going on with that mirror down there in the hall. I really thought I saw Samuel Gordon. I'll probably collapse of exhaustion when this is all over. I look tired.
So now it's just repeating, I look tired. Yeah, that's a big difference with this game versus Song of Horror. With this game, because I've saved it not long ago and stuff, I'm okay with looking at the mirror, and if it's a death, okay, well, I'll just reload or something. But with Song of Horror, I don't want to look in the mirrors because I'm worried you're going to look in the mirror and suddenly there'll be spirits all around you and grab you or something. So I'm just really nervous about that. They're everywhere in that game. It seems, right? They chase you down. Well, I don't know about chase you down the hall. But yeah, basically, right? You have to run and hide. So they basically chase after you down the hall. And then they suddenly break open a door and stuff. And here it's more like Layers of Fear or something, where you turn and look when you're told not to look, and suddenly you confronted with evil or whatever.
That is so comfortable. A bench in a bathroom. Jeez.
What, you've never heard of women? Well, I don't mean to be gender specific, but it tends to be them that I've seen, right? But you've never heard of women chatting to each other in the bathroom, working things out, or couples for that matter, married couples, right? Like, I'm not going to get like too specific, but I know that if my mom or my dad were in the bathroom, sometimes if they needed to have a talk about something more serious or something, one of them would go into the bathroom where the other one was, and they would just chat for whatever it was they were talking about. Probably because they knew the kids wouldn't be around, so they wouldn't be talking when the kids were. They probably weren't actually doing anything in the bathroom. They probably, except for talking, but they use that as an excuse because kids are like, gross, you're in the bathroom, I don't want to see you or whatever, right? So mom and dad are in there talking about bills or something.
A chandelier in a bathroom. Madness.
I will say that the chandelier is a bit much. That seems pretty heavy-handed. I mean, it's barely above your head too, but when you're rich, I mean, I don't know if this is true. I have the feeling that when a lot of people are rich, they tend to spend money just because they've got the money to spend. Like, well, I've got the money to cover this, and I think this would look nice, so let's just do it, instead of trying to use more reasonable stuff. Also, this, I haven't paid attention, but this very well might match the style and stuff of lights in other rooms. And so they were like, we want to keep the same style. I could see that also. Again, rich people problems, but it is what it is. Okay.
Curtains in the bathroom. Oh well, to each their own.
Hey, okay, curtains I did have. When I was growing up, we had a window on the bathroom, which already is kind of like, why would you have a window to the bathroom so that people can look in potentially? I mean, I get that you want to air it out or something, but that's what a vent is for. You have like a little wall vent or something. You don't need a window. So we had a window. So there was that. And you're like, well, what if I'm doing my business in the bathroom? Neighbors can look and see or something. So you have curtains so they don't look at. Well, I don't know why curtains are an odd thing here to him, but I guess whatever.
Lots of roofs, alcoves, walls. I wonder how many rooms the castle has. You could easily hide Mom's little house in one of the wings.
Yeah, his mom's place was not very big compared to this. For sure. She had what? She had the front room, the kitchen, the side room where she had kind of her desk and her bed. So I guess this is the bedroom. And then the bathroom. She had like 4 rooms was all. Okay, let's look at the bathtub first.
An old-fashioned bathtub. Doesn't look uncomfortable, but it would be too small for me. can't see anything unusual, apart from the fact that the plug is missing. That might make it difficult to have a bath. I can't see anything. A tap, like any other you might have found in this country 50 years ago. It's running.
So I guess the implication, what's being implied or suggested here, is that I need to find a plug, because I'll want to plug the bathtub and then run the water, and then something will happen. I think, maybe. Let's look at the emblem.
A lion's head. I think the lion was a symbol of immortality in ancient times. What's that gonna do with a bathtub?
If you bathe in the blood of virgins, you will have eternal life.
Powder, makeup, and so on. Nothing of any use to me.
So I wonder... if we go back here, if we'll see something other than towels this time. Like maybe we'll find a plug. Probably not. Let's see if there's something on the counter first. I don't see anything on the sink, on the counter for the sink. Okay, let's see if there's anything in the drawer. Probably not, but maybe.
A pile of towels.
Nope, just towel. Curtains aren't weird. What's weird to me is the room is so spacious and the bathtub is so small. Yeah, that is. You'd think you'd have a larger tub. That's definitely true. The bench is also not surprising in a bathroom this large, because again, people have discussions in bathrooms sometimes. But yeah, I would expect this to extend to about the corner of this right here. It would extend over to here, and this would not be as wide. Also, you have this you have this curved like counter or edge right here. That seems strange to me. I would think this could extend into whatever this is instead. Right, because when this says to the corridor here, it's basically this is the edge of the door and this is the edge of the door, right? We're looking at the door frame right here on the edges of our screen. So this doesn't need to be here. It's just an extra shelf for some reason. You get rid of this, move this over closer to the door so it goes all the way to the wall that has the door in it, and then extend the tub out a bit. And then you would remove this arch. You wouldn't have this arch, or maybe it'd move over. But basically you would have this pillar equivalent would be the space between the tub and this. That would make more sense to me for space. Not that you need to know all my architectural plans for this game or something, but I'm just saying.
What an effort it must take to keep this old tiled floor so clean. I can imagine Bates checking twice a day to see if any dirt accumulates in the nooks and crannies in the meantime. The floor is more than clean. No grounds for complaint. The floor is...
You know how the butler in this is named Bates? So in the first game, I started wondering a little bit. I did not really have evidence, but it also, so I did not have evidence for it. And also, it's a little too on the nose, like too obvious, like too directly stating something. But it felt like, or not, I had the idea briefly that maybe Bates would have been the killer, because Bates is the same name as Norman Bates in the Psycho movies. But obviously that's not true, but I'm just saying Bates is the name of a killer already in another story. So I thought maybe they would tie together in the first game. They did not, obviously. Turned out to be Samuel Gordon instead, but still. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll either find the plug in here, or I'll come back here and look somewhere that I've not looked already. Because I'm not seeing a plug. to put in the tub right now. I'm guessing, and I'm not totally convinced that it's what we do, but I have a feeling that might be what we do is fill the tub up. So let me go ahead and come back out. We'll look at other things in the meantime. Bates's room. Oh, so we're on the side of the hall where Bates is instead of where Gordon and Victoria and Robert were. I see. Well, technically Gordon or Samuel was on the side. That was weird in the first one a little bit, right? Not super weird, but there was Victoria's room down a little bit and a door facing a different direction was Robert's study or whatever. And then you went all the way around the backside and there was Samuel's room. Interesting. So maybe Bates has his room among the other rooms as well. That seems a little unusual because usually you have, I mean, not you, obviously, but a rich person, it seems, has the servants' quarters are somewhere completely different than where the family is, even if the servant is highly respected. Like almost like as close as they can be to one of the family, they still tend to be somewhere else in the mansion instead of right by the actual family that owns it.
The door is locked.
Okay.
The door is locked.
Okay, let me see. I don't think I have anything. I mean, there's a lock-picking tool, I guess. I could try. We'll see.
Damn, can't get it open. The lock is probably so old that it'd be easier to crack with a bent nail.
Funny you mention that because I do have this hammer. But I don't have a nail or anything, so. Dirty rubber boots. I got those dirty outside. I don't know what that means. Did I get them wet now? Well, no, but that's not gonna work. I was thinking I could get them wet now, but, well, maybe. But I don't think so. Oh, yeah. There we go.
I just made them dirty myself.
Yeah. He doesn't want to get that. Okay, that's fine. I don't think there's anything else I would want to try in the bathtub, so I think we're done for this for now. Yeah, that was up the stairs. That's strange. We tried that and it stays locked and they're kind of adamant about it. Kitchen. There could be something in the kitchen, like a stopper we could use in the tub, maybe. I don't think so. I don't expect to find it here, but maybe. Teapot. Did I look at the teapot last time? I don't remember.
An old, original English teapot. My mom used to have a similar one. Huh. I could ring for tea time. That would get the ladies out of the hall and leave me to have a good go at the stone slab by the globe.
How do I ring tea time? Grab the pot doesn't really call them to tea, though.
Don't touch! Please excuse me, but this teapot is very old, and Bates has told me many times that I must look after it carefully. He's just popped down to the village to get some tea. We've run out.
There's no more tea? I didn't even think that would be possible in an English castle.
Bates said that the tea had gone bad. He got rid of it.
Huh. Or he needed an excuse to go to the village.
Yeah, the tea had gone bad. That's not a thing. I mean, I guess technically tea goes bad after years and years and years and years, maybe? But since tea comes dried in bags, I don't think it really goes bad generally, so that does seem weird. That is interesting, though. I just thought about that. If Bates went... I'm not saying he did, I don't know. But if Bates went to the village because he's somehow tied to the cult himself, that would mean he would have been tied to the cult in the first game. So all of the things where he just kind of shrugged and let Samuel do his stuff would have been because he was part of the cult and so was fine with Samuel doing what he was doing. But if he's such a great friend of the family, why would he be okay with family members getting killed? He should be okay with the ceremonies, but probably not with the family getting killed, right? Since the family are the ones who have to do the ceremonies. So I don't know. That seems strange to me a little bit. Is there anything like in a drawer or anything for a plug for the tub? I don't know why a plug for the bathroom tub would be way over here, but I'm just saying, you know. Because this is not just like a room away. This is like downstairs and across the hall or whatever. So it's a little odd that it would be over here. I would think it would be in Bates's room or something, if anything. Even that would be a little strange, but I would expect that before I would expect the kitchen. Do you have nails around here somewhere? Probably not. Let me see. Mud, well... Thinking about the mud, I could see getting some part of the castle dirty with mud. So then Bates gets frustrated and has to clean it up whenever he gets back. But if that's going to happen, where would I use the boots? The clean floor in the bathroom, I guess, maybe, right? Maybe that's what I do. Hang on. Let's go back upstairs. No. Not outside. Damn it. I clicked the wrong spot. I need to go over... Where is it? Here? This one. And then bathroom. Alright, let's do this. There we go. Of course, he does that, but then he's stepping on his own dirt, so he's going to track with his own shoes,
what
too.
What a mess.
Oh, what a mess. It's a shame that somebody like Bates might have to clean it up.
It used to be clean. It used to be clean.
To be fair, that's actually kind of cruel, but that's okay. Now, oh no, I don't have the boots either anymore. Okay. Trying to think, I don't know if there's anything else do in here? I had thought maybe plug the tub, but with that dirty floor, he's gonna be in there scrubbing. So maybe the idea is he comes back, goes to his door, then he goes to the bathroom and goes, "Oh dear, why did somebody do all this mud? Now I have to clean all this." So he's in there scrubbing, and then we can go in his room and look around while he's busy, maybe. Do I need to tell
I don't have
Eleanor?
anything to ask her.
Or maybe Sally.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
I noticed that the bathroom floor up there is extremely dirty.
What? Not again.
It looks like boot prints.
I've told Lewis a million times he shouldn't come through the house in his muddy boots. Damn it. I better clean that up before the old git notices it. Otherwise, he'll have me cleaning it again and again and again.
Oh. I had more stuff to ask, but I guess I messed up. I didn't know. Okay. Now I can grab the
Sally
teapot.
is distracted. Time to secretly take the teapot to the library.
She'll come back. We'll ask her when she's back at some
And
point.
then I'll try to work out where I can get some tea at short notice.
Nothing from these plants or herbs, I wouldn't think, right? So, I don't know. Let's take him to the library. I double-clicked twice now. Apparently he's just going to walk slowly anyway. Okay.
Lady Victoria's on the phone. Let's see.
I don't know if it's him. Don't we have a photograph?
Young man, it's not befitting, even for a policeman, to eavesdrop behind closed doors.
I didn't mean to. Pardon me. Were they talking about me? But why should Lady Victoria, of all people, cooperate with the Order? She's got more of a reason than anyone else to want to put an end to the curse.
Yeah, because her family line's coming to an end. Maybe there'll be something outside, a plant. Maybe. Not the climbing vine. Not this. Nothing in the grass. Castle gates. Maybe. I don't think so. Let's see what it happens when we get here. Is there anything plant-wise that we want to use from here? Nymph. Willow Creek. Look at the nymphs again. It's been a bit since we looked at them. Probably nothing's changed, but maybe.
The two stone figures look almost identical. I can't see anything that could be of interest. The two stone figures. The stone figurine is a naked woman, a nymph. I can't see anything peculiar.
Nothing with plants that are around the statues. No. Let's do this last one, but I don't think there'll be anything here either.
It seems they're a bit more relaxed with nudity here in England.
Yeah, I don't see anything that way. Okay, let's... I think we've tried all the plants that are on the screen. Not that there's much over here either. Lewis. I might be able to talk to Lewis about something more, maybe. We'll
I'd
see.
rather leave him to his work.
So no, okay. Nothing that way. She just left her pot on, because that's not going to burn while you go scrub the floor. Oh, now I can go to the library. She's not at it anymore. Okay, let me do that. Where am I going to put the tea? Over on the table between these two, probably. No? Maybe not. Oh, on that table? Maybe.
So, the teapot and service are already in place. Now we just need some tea. It'll be dangerous for me in the village. The Order will definitely be looking for me there. But it'd be a good opportunity to see if Bates is trying to alert the Order. I'm gonna have to go back to the village and get some tea. But before I enter the lion's den, I'm gonna take some precautions. It'd be best if I lure the entire Order in the hotel. Then I can walk around the village square in relative peace. Here's a phone.
Interesting, okay. He said here's a phone. Where's the phone? There's the one upstairs. I guess I could just use that one. Why does he say here's a phone? Did he mean a phone number, maybe? So he has the thing to call? I'm not sure. The only clue the whereabouts of the second piece of the mosaic are these names that Angelina wrote down. But who are these people? The names in Angelina's list are written on the plinth of the huge globe in the lobby. Plinth may be hollow, but I can't see any way to open it currently. Okay. Want to fiddle around with the globe in the hall? Then it would be better if the ladies weren't around. What would get the old grannies out of here? Tea time, of course. That would lure the ladies away, but that's a while away. I could bring tea time forward a bit if Sally wasn't in the kitchen and I had some tea. Get some tea. An English castle without tea. Get out of here. Get out of here. Well, if I'm quick, I could go get some tea from the village and get back here before Bates. I'll first have to lure the Order to get away from the village center, just to play it safe. Alright, so I think maybe I just go upstairs and use the phone there. Oh no, here's the phone.
Then, let's do it.
They probably don't know that he's come here to Blackmore
Murray?
Castle.
Hello. Darren Michaels here. Oh, I'll be leaving today. I'll be at the hotel in about half an hour. No, I just wanted to let you know so you can write the bill. Nothing to pay? Oh, right. I paid in advance. Never mind. Now you know. See you in half an hour, Murray. See you soon. Okay, so Murray knows. If I'm not completely mistaken, most of the Order will be waiting for me at the hotel in half an hour. To the village.
That, I was gonna say, nobody knows that he's here at Black Mirror Castle, except Victoria was just on the phone with somebody, which probably means that they know that he's come to the castle. So they probably will end up here looking for him at some point, but... Okay, I guess just go to the village. I'm gonna, just in case, I'm not supposed to leave yet, I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Okay, let me, whoops, don't want my inventory, go outside. Front gate, and to Willow Creek.
Let's see what he's really up to.
Oh. I didn't. I was double clicking to go. I didn't realize he was gonna talk. Doesn't probably matter.
I thought so. I hardly believed he was shopping at the library. Damn it, Tom's here again. So Bates has got something to do with the order. I've got to get closer, but better around the outside.
Is Bobby still at the museum? Hello, Darren.
Gopher. But you are generously compensated.
Yeah. You know exactly how much I need this bloody compensation.
I will not tolerate that tone of voice. You know.
All right, man. I'll go and look for her.
Thank you very much.
Interesting.
I will not tolerate that tone of voice. These Bates with the power move. He's old. He's super old, apparently, but still has enough sway that Tom, who could easily beat him up if he wanted to, is like, okay. So that's a thing. Do I dare go in the pub? I don't know.
Locked. Damn. Where else can I get a tea in this dump of a place? I have to get inside. I don't have time to wait until this evening.
This was a bakery, so probably nothing there. The fair? Is the fair really gonna have? I guess, maybe. Probably not, though, right? I don't remember seeing any plants or anything around here. The fair is basically the stuff way in the background that we don't get to, and then this Texas chili stand, and that's it. Yeah, I don't think here. Okay, let's cross. So don't want to go to the library. We can't anyway, but we definitely don't want to go to the library because she's with the order. And Bobby's with the order. Friggin' everybody's with the order. What the hell? Is there anybody in this town that's not with the order? Probably not. Oh, Bobby's still at the museum. Let's see.
The museum's locked. Huh. Must have been broken into too often. The museum's locked.
I don't want to go to the hotel, right? Or maybe I do for tea. Maybe I get tea from there, but... Can't think of anywhere else to get tea here, though. There really aren't plants growing around. Certainly nothing that would have leaves for tea or something.
I've got to get some tea from the pub before I go back to the castle. And I'm certainly not going to go back to the hotel for the time being.
Okay. I was wondering about it saying to the hotel. I was like, is he really going to go back to the hotel? I'm sure it's safe. Let's go there. No problem. It's not like the order will be there or anything waiting for me. He's not going to have tea at his chili stand, will he? Let me see. It doesn't... I wouldn't expect that, but I guess, I mean, maybe, like, if it's tea time for him, maybe he doesn't want to leave the stand. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I didn't think so. Know what I meant? I'm going to see walk, of course.
How fitting. Cracking Tom's door with his own tool. The same principle as in the hotel.
Don't too much, okay. Okay, so that right one, how far off is it? Little bit, about that much, okay. So I want maybe there. See, is that far enough, or is that still not enough? Little tiny bit less. Okay. Okay, that's that one. That one is about that far. It's this to about here. What? Oh. Right. And now it's all too far. Hang on. It's because of that. I'll get it at some point. Undid what I had already done. It goes all the way to here? Oh, I thought okay. I didn't think it went this far over. Good thing unlocking doors ain't that easy in reality. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they do say he has a pretty garbage lock, so. If you have... Whoops, I did not mean that. Stop. Whatever, I guess it doesn't matter there. Do that. So where is it? It's this spot, and it's about this far now. Okay, so that is way too low. Closer. Still up a little bit more. A little bit lower. Okay. A little bit above. If it's above, it means it needs to go down. More. That can stay, but this needs to go. That might be too much. That's probably closer. Hang on. I actually think the second one might be off a little bit. Hang on. That's probably close enough. Okay, so what's the third one again? Third one is that much. Too low. So there. Okay. And that is, where does this touch? The front here. Okay. It's about here, so I want to do that maybe and see where we end up with now. There we go.
Damn, the wire snapped. But I've achieved what I wanted to.
So in other words, we're removing it from your inventory, but you're okay as far as accessing goes. Excuse me. This could be another you get killed if you don't act fast enough thing, so. Because if they catch Darren in here, my guess is there's a good chance they'll kill him. Not necessarily, I guess. They might not because they need him for the ceremony. It's possible. But that one guy on the boat in America, you know, on the sea outside of Biddeford, did or could have potentially killed Darren. But then again, the Order killed him, so I don't know. At this point, maybe the Order is not really a risk of getting my Darren killed. I'm just not sure. Let's grab the tea.
Ah, there's the tea I need. Now, quickly back to the castle.
Anything else here while I'm here really fast? Like it. This is all stuff I've looked at before anyway. Okay, let's see how he gets caught on the way out. Oh no,
I guess
he did
Bates
not.
isn't back yet.
Okay, I guess he did not get caught. That's good. Of course, the tea by this point, or the water for the tea by this point is cold.
Everything's ready.
Fine.
Just need some hot water.
Oh, there we go.
I'll just let Sally know.
Okay.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Let me ask about these things before we go over to tea time.
Lewis said that Bates selected you for the position, not her ladyship.
Yeah, that's right. There were a few candidates. The cleverest ones made for the exit as soon as they reached the gate. But if I was being honest, I thought that out of those I met, there were a few of them who were better suited to the job than I was. I was a bit surprised when he chose me.
He must have been impressed by your hidden qualities.
Yeah, and so now, all he does is moan about everything. He spends the whole day creeping about after me. Sally, do this, do that, don't do that. Ugh, like being in school.
Lewis seems to take care of his car rather better than the garden.
That's for sure. Ever since I've been here, he's been doing something to it nearly every day. And when he's not fixing it, he's either polishing or driving around in it.
Has he driven it this morning?
This morning? Yeah, he did. I heard him starting it up. You can't help but hear that.
But you didn't see him.
I know exactly what that car sounds like. When he's working on it, he must start it something like 20 times a day.
But you weren't able to see whether or not Lewis or somebody else was driving it.
Lewis is the only one who drives that car.
Okay. Sally, Bates has asked me to tell you that you can announce tea time today. Now all we're missing is the hot water.
Oh, so I'm good enough for that now, am I?
He was rather exhausted after doing the shopping.
No wonder. I don't understand why he simply didn't tell Lewis to go.
I do.
He's like, I mean, you know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Maybe, perhaps there's another reason.
I'm almost certain there's a secret compartment hidden behind the stone slab. But how can I get to it? I don't think the ladies would be that happy if I were to use a hammer on the stone slab.
Yeah, probably not.
You'd hear that through the castle. Well, the police would be straight onto me, and then things would get really complicated.
I already tried the knife, and that's no. So there, a button. Oh, there's barrier, but it doesn't say buttons or anything. Let me look at the barrier again, see what he says.
There's an ornate fence or some kind of barrier around the globe. No idea what that's for.
So the tiles don't match up, meaning I believe you rotate this until they do, and then that lets you down. The question is, or like rotate it and that opens this up. The question is, how do I rotate it? Yeah, I wouldn't have thought knife or hammer on there, but none of the other stuff makes sense either. It's just a bunch of letters and paper, and then the other mosaic tile, which is not going to go on here, right? So all that is back. I think there were some things here maybe that I was not allowed to touch, but I can't remember for sure. Most of that was just looking at this and everything.
Apparently behind the door are just a few rooms, all in danger of collapsing since the fire. And until I have the key for the door, I can't prove otherwise.
I'm so surprised that there's a lightning storm in this game. There's never bad weather in England, and there's never anything like lightning during a horror event of any kind, so, you know. It feels out of place. There, I wouldn't think so, but is there anything like maybe a paper that has a clue, like that I compare and match up? None of these that way anyway.
Angelina's message to me. Darren, I hope this letter finds you.
I can't tell you just how sorry I am that I wasn't honest with you right from the start. I've underestimated the danger from the Order for way too long.
Maximilian Mortimer Gordon? Maximilian Mortimer Gordon, is that one of these guys? Oh, it's on the tree in the library, right? Let's see.
That's the Gordon's family tree. Almost the same as the one in Wales.
I guess I could ask the ladies, or try asking the ladies. I don't know if it's going to be a conversation option or not, but I don't see Maximilian up here. We had Marcus and Mordred were the brothers. Maximilian Mortimer is not here that I can see. Probably is this name.
Your domestic help, this Sally.
Ah, have you already met her?
She doesn't really seem to fit in here.
With us old people, do you mean?
She seems to be the exact opposite of Bates.
That's a sharp observation. She embodies everything which is the opposite of Bates. Undisciplined, untidy, unreliable. She gossips.
Perhaps he wanted to demonstrate to you what you have in him.
I know exactly what I have in him. But I also know he's not well. He can no longer care for the house and us old ladies all on his own. I will look for the next domestic help. And it will be someone rather more industrious. Someone who will rarely take the load off Bates.
Victoria, would you please tell me what's behind the locked door?
Only an unused wing of the house.
Could I have a quick look in there?
No, unfortunately not. The wing is in danger of collapsing, and that's why it's closed off. For your own sake, keep well away from that wing.
Absolutely. The castle is very beautiful, but, well,
It's slowly falling down, you mean? I'm afraid you're right. And it's not the only thing here that's falling down.
How do you mean that?
The Gordon line. We've lived here in this area for centuries and have shaped it like no one else. Our family is going to die out, Mr. Falk. Soon, there won't be any more Gordons. And the worst thing is, I am no longer even sure that this will be a loss.
You mean because of...
Because of the misery for which some of us are responsible. Yes.
I've just realized that if Angelina's right, then this woman is my grandmother. She doesn't seem to know anything about her grandson. Or maybe she does. Her look was somehow strange. I'll go and take a bit of a look around.
Of course.
I don't have any important questions for her right now.
Okay, so nothing more for Eleanor. Not sure how the reference to Maximilian is going to help with the slab, though. When I look at the slab, he just says he's not sure how to open it. He doesn't mention Maximilian, so... She cleaning the bathroom? Still no, she cleaned it already.
The floor is sparkling clean again. Sally's done a good job, but she didn't really have a choice considering Bates' standards. Sally put her cleaning things down here. An old metal bucket and a mop. I'll take the mop with me.
Well, the mop head. Obviously, you're leaving the handle behind. It's still lying against there. Put this in here. Clog it.
I'll lay the mop head directly over the plug hole. I'd better not flood the bathroom without a reason.
I mean, you put the mop head in the plug hole without a reason, really. But okay, sure. Keep telling yourself that, man.
Water is still getting through, despite the flannel, but much less than what's flowing into the bathtub.
Just kidding, I'll stop. On that slab, that barrier has to have something to do with it, but I don't know what. I don't have the option, currently at least, to rotate or otherwise move the barrier. The hammer and the knife do not present as an option for something I can use neither the knife nor the hammer on the barrier or the slab, right? He said, no, I'm not going to use the hammer on the slab. Not sure. Could grab a towel and add it to that. Probably not, but let me see. If you partially plugged with that, maybe he'll want one of these now. I don't know.
A pile of towels. Small.
Nope, he does not. Okay.
The door is locked.
And I no longer have a lock-picking tool. So that's obviously not going to be a possibility this time. I don't think there's anything more. It's going to be the same as you said before, I think.
So much for the nakedness in England.
Yeah.
So much for the
It's all the same. Okay. Let me think. What? Go talk to Sally again? I don't know. Let's see.
She's so busy at the moment. I don't want to disturb her.
There's nothing with that. Excuse me. Let's look at Angelina's letter again. Maybe there's something there I'm missing. Well, not maybe, probably there's something in there I'm missing.
Angelina's message to me. Darren, I hope this letter finds you.
I can't tell you just how sorry I am that I wasn't honest with you right from the start. I've underestimated the danger from the Order for way too long. I've been playing a little game, and now it looks like I've lost. The Order's agents are creeping through the ruins, and it's only a matter of time until they discover this room. I'm going to hide the pieces, and I'm going to try to break through to get to the village. Perhaps I can at least keep them away from the gate. Should you be reading this letter, then I haven't made it. And so, I ask you to complete my work. You don't believe in the curse, I know that. How could you, though? You were so far away. But I came across some illustrations during my studies, and it's all true. Terrible things happen here every 12 years. And that's been going on for centuries. Maybe it's mass suggestion, or maybe it's some kind of radiation, or maybe it's a curse. Call it what you like, but it has to stop. The key to all evil is hidden beneath the Academy. A chamber which was used centuries ago for some kind of dark rites. There are also the soul keys which Samuel Gordon discovered 12 years ago. Destroy them. Destroy everything. And if it's all just a fantasy in the people's heads around here, take away the reason for them to fear. But guard yourself against the Order. It is an occult sect which I had believed to have died out. A great mistake. It still exists. They mess about with dead bodies and they want your blood. According to the legend, only a male Gordon can open the cult's chamber, touch the soul keys, and carry out the dark rituals. That is why I was looking for you. I believe that you are the last of the Gordons. You are in the greatest danger, as long as the keys and summoning chamber are not destroyed. Then the Order will hunt you down to the very ends of the earth. Up until now, I haven't managed to penetrate the catacombs. To open the gate, you need to have the mosaic tiles. I have only found one. It's in my rucksack. The other two are hidden somewhere within the castle. The only clue I have to the hiding place of one of the other tiles is a name. Maximilian Mortimer Gordon. You have to return to Black Mirror Castle and look for the mosaic tiles there. The danger is great, since I'm sure that most of the castle's residents are also members of the Order, so don't make yourself known to them. It's the only chance of getting the mosaic pieces, and the only chance, perhaps, to discover who your father is. It's all so awful, Darren. It's as though I've opened Pandora's box. I wanted to do something good, and in doing so have brought you into terrible danger. I hope that everything will come good in the end, and that we too can start afresh together. With love, Angelina.
Can't even look at that spot anymore, so... See, since there's this spot, let me see if there's something else in the tree somewhere that I missed. I'll just look at it and... Excuse me, they all say family tree, so... No, I don't see anything new with the family tree that I missed. Yeah, okay, so Maximilian, whatever his name was, Gordon. I don't think Darren ever said that he saw that name on the slab by the globe. No. I don't know. Hey, give me just a minute here. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. Oh, hey, Fun Act. I didn't even notice you jumped on. Sorry about that. Hi. Welcome. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I mean, I am, but not intentionally. Why do I still have her room key? I guess in case at some point I need to go back to her room. I guess. I didn't miss anything up on the ceiling here, right? Oh, there's a lamp.
I can't make out from here whether they're real gas lamps or electric lamps made to look old. Anywhere else, I'd be absolutely certain that there wouldn't be real gas lamps hanging from the ceiling. Not here.
It's true. It's true. They could. Stuff's so old, they could definitely have gas lamps still. But otherwise, nothing new really there. No. I just am. There's one thing I think I'm missing with this. I don't know.
I'm almost certain there's a secret compartment hidden behind the stone slab. But how can I get to it? Apparently behind the door, and until I... She's so busy at the moment. Hey, Lewis.
What is it now?
Sally says that you were out in the car this morning.
Sally should keep her nose in her gossip magazines where it belongs.
So you didn't go out in the car this morning?
I said that already.
I don't believe it. Which of the old folks could have driven the car without Lewis noticing? Well, see you later.
Not if I see you first.
She's so busy at the moment. I don't have any important. They're drinking tea.
So he's not really going to be asking any of them about it, but he does wonder. There's nothing else incomplete going back that I need to do first. No, it doesn't look like it. Gardner is still planning to kill you if he sees you first, I see. Yeah, apparently. What an angry, grumpy, irritable old man. To be fair, I know I know or just know of? Anyway, older men in real life who are like that. Usually that type of attitude comes from either having a life you feel like was unfulfilling, or like you were dissatisfied, you didn't get what you were wanting, and or life has thrown at you a lot of difficulties and you get frustrated at it because you feel like, yet again, I have these problems that I have to deal with. Why is it always me, kind of a thing, right? So part of that is an attitude issue, right? Okay, let me see. So, Black Mirror, Gordon. Looks like the two old ladies, Lady Victoria and Eleanor, have been forgotten by the world and time itself. They're quietly sitting out their lives, waiting for death. The pair of them have lost everything. They're both bitter and no longer have a role in life. The day that Lady Victoria dies, Bates will check out too. He lives alone with the sole purpose of serving the Gordons. Keeps their secrets, and it will take them all with him to the grave. I think Lewis is dangerous. He's dumb and angry with it. He blames the ladies for his situation. I can't imagine what he would have to do with the order, but he sure seems fishy to me. Sally's a dumb broad. She doesn't fit in at all here. She knows it, and all the others know it too. But it's not enough to know where you don't belong. You also have to have someplace to go. Does Lady Victoria know who I am? It sounded like she did when she telephoned. Who could she be speaking to outside of the castle? Yeah, I don't think... I don't think I could get it, but maybe. There's a telephone upstairs. Maybe I could get on and try to find out who was called recently. But that would be weird. You're like, who did I call a couple hours ago? Did you crack your head? Why do you not remember who you called a couple hours ago? Although, to be fair, Victoria and Eleanor are both older, so maybe we're asking on behalf of them. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but let's see.
An old-fashioned telephone. Who should I call?
Yeah, so no, okay. We called before when we were trying to lure everybody to the hotel, but since then, no. Oh. Saw Samuel again?
Insanity is hereditary.
Yeah, that's not awesome. Let's get a towel on your hand. It was all bloody.
A pile of towels.
Oh, no, that's it. Okay, so you don't want to clean your hand up. We're just going to let it bleed all the time? Awesome. Okay, well, good luck not dying from that.
What's wrong with me? What are these visions? Samuel had a book in his hand, and he was pointing to this tile.
This tile, which tile? Over here?
The apparition pointed to these tiles. It won't move at all.
Let's hope Darren can pay for the damages. I know. Plus, like I said, he was like, it smashed the mirror, and this hand was covered in blood. And now suddenly it's not. Okay, we'll just pretend he bandaged it up, I guess.
Whoa. There's a cavity behind it.
That's a big hammer. I thought it was more like single hand, like you had the head was here. I didn't know it was a friggin' sledgehammer. I didn't remember that. Okay.
A handwritten page from a book. It looks like it's from William Gordon's diary, with additions from his grandson, Samuel. As far as I know, they both fell from one of the castle towers. Now, did Samuel rip out the page and hide it first? But then, why? Huh. There are lots of little pyramids or triangles scribbled on the page in a circle. 3 of them have been crossed out.
Ah, those are going to be the clues on that. So I have to skip one, skip one, do 2 in a row. Or the reverse.
Now, I've seen these triangles somewhere before.
Yeah. Is that a sledgehammer in your pocket, or are you happy to see me, Darren? Yeah. How would you walk around with that? You just got this big bowl just hanging out of the side of your pants or something. Yeah. That'd be uncomfortable conversations, I guess. Look at that.
They seem to be the same pyramids that are in Samuel's diary. Let's see. You can push them in.
Oh, so we're doing the reverse. The X's are the ones we leave alone. So it was push one, skip one, and then X. Do that one. Skip 2, do that one. Must have been these 3 because nothing happened with the other. So we'll just reverse them all. I thought the X would be removed, but then he removed this one, which was not one of the ones that was on the drawing. It was skip 1, grab 2. So this should be the order then.
Yes, finished. But nothing's happening. I'm sure I pushed down the correct pyramids. It must have done something. I knew it. A secret compartment. And inside there is... the second piece of mosaic.
What are you doing there, sir?
I was just looking at this space here. Unusual, isn't it?
Indeed it is. There was always a stone slab there before.
Perhaps someone removed it.
I will ask Sally about that.
Yeah, you totally tricked him. I'm sure Bates is not suspicious at all, dude.
That was close.
It was not close.
Lady Victoria, I've just returned from the village and I thought you might like to know.
Very good, Bates. Take a break for half an hour. No debate now.
It was not close. Bates knows. It's not like you tricked him. Come on. Okay, so he is for sure going up to his bedroom. Well, he never showed up here, but I mean disappearing here. Or okay, maybe he's going into some room over here in the corner that doesn't show up. That's fine too. So you have 2 of them. What are the other? Okay, I think I'm slowly losing my mind, and unfortunately it's not just a throwaway expression. My head's exploding and I'm seeing ghosts. And then, weren't Samuel and Robert crazy too? Madness is hereditary. Yeah, it's interesting. Robert, at least to some degree, because of what he did at the asylum, was going insane or had some degree of insanity. And then Samuel, who also was going insane, killed his uncle in the process of sacrificing for the cult thing, which is insanity. So the insanity turns on itself too. That doesn't like, it's not like Robert and Samuel were on the same side of things. It's interesting. We save our progress so far. Talk to Bates? Bates should be resting, right?
Mr. Bates?
Yes?
Are you not feeling too well, Mr. Bates?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Perhaps you should have a lie down.
I'll have a lie down when I have time to do so. The work won't get done on its own.
Sally could do it.
I doubt that very much.
You don't think too much of Sally, then?
I don't think too much of her work.
So why do you employ her?
It wasn't my idea. Her ladyship insisted that we should employ a relief.
Not a great choice, apparently.
It won't last long. She'll soon have enough and then disappear.
What can you tell me about Lady Eleanor?
If you want to know something, why don't you ask her yourself?
I'd like to hear your opinion. Why do you think she brought Lewis here with her, after her husband's death?
And what do you mean by that, sir? Really now? I ask you, sir. Lady Eleanor is a lady, and she treats her servants accordingly. Lewis would have been unable to get a new position. He's simply too old. We can offer him a form of retirement here.
But neither Lewis nor Lady Eleanor give the impression of being happy with the arrangement. You could maybe even believe that she owes him something.
I would be aware of that, and I can tell you that your surmising is incorrect.
Sorry, I laughed at first because when he was saying she was a lady, I thought he was going to go down the road of maybe there was something between Lady Eleanor and Lewis, like something that is a little naughty or something. But then it did not go in that direction. I was like, oh, okay, good. I was like, I did not get the impression they were romantically entangled.
Lady Victoria.
Yes, sir?
She seems to me to be rather bitter.
She is a dignified old lady who has to bear a greater burden than I would wish for her.
The death of a husband and her 2 sons, the murders, the castle's decline, the end of the family line.
You said it, sir.
I've noticed a huge locked door on the ground floor.
I'd keep away from that, sir.
Why?
There was fire in the rooms through there some years ago. The damage was never properly repaired. The walls have been ruined by rainwater, and the beams have been rotting for 20 years or more. I think you'd risk your life going into that wing of the house.
That must have been quite some fire to destroy the wing like that.
It was a dreadful tragedy, such as we've already suffered too many times here. It must now be 24 years ago. Master Samuel and his enchanting wife Catherine were just married. and had only recently moved into the castle. We were hoping that he would one day take over the castle from his father and give us a son and heir. But then, they had not even been here for 6 months. There was a fire.
Did anyone know how the fire started?
No. Master Samuel lost his wife in the fire, and then vanished for the next 12 years. He'd been deeply wounded by the events.
Yeah, so it was more than just a couple of years. I knew it was at least a couple of years though, right? So Catherine was killed in the fire by Samuel. So Samuel went insane, killed Catherine, and then it took 12 years before he went insane again and killed his grandfather and his uncle and a boy. It doesn't seem to match up, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's actually supposed to be a curse, like some kind of, maybe it's not a demon curse really, I don't know, but there's the ghost, right? The ghost of Samuel, or at least Darren seeing it. But it feels like the curse is every 12 years a demon comes and possesses him, or a spirit comes and possesses him, or something. Right? It feels like supernatural combined with... It doesn't seem like it's just psychological. And since here, Darren is 12 years out from when Samuel died and did all the murders, right? It's the same kind of a thing. Again, he had no signs of insanity in the slightest until he showed up at Black Mirror Castle, right?
What kind of a man was he, this Samuel Gordon?
His father sent him off to boarding school early, since he was a very obstinate, wild child. His behavior improved at the school. The teachers described him as an alert, intelligent, and friendly boy, and in the holidays we found him so too. He got to know Miss Catherine after being at school. A wonderful, good-hearted woman. They were married and seemed to have found a perfect happiness.
What do you mean, seemed?
Well, there were some arguments when they lived here.
Was he violent?
To her, I don't really know. But I fear he may have been. Miss Catherine was unhappy, and if there hadn't been some wonderful times every now and again, then she perhaps would have left him. It could have been noticeable to us at that time. The two faces of Samuel Gordon. On the one hand, the loving, caring husband, and on the other, the arrogant and brutish egomaniac. After his wife's death, this nasty side of him seemed to disappear. He never visited us. However, common acquaintances described him as a profoundly sad and broken man.
That is, until he returned and slaughtered some innocent people.
It's terrible. We all wonder ourselves. Perhaps we didn't want to believe that this evil side of his soul had returned.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I stand by what I was saying for my assessment of the curse and stuff. I don't know for sure, but it seems like that pretty much holds true.
Were there any other victims of the fire? Anyone injured, perhaps?
Our cook at the time was the first to discover the fire and tried to pull young Mrs. Gordon from the flames. She became trapped by the flames and would have burnt to death had she not saved herself by leaping out of a window. But she injured her back very badly and had to leave us after that. Why are you interested in things which happened here so many years ago?
Well, the young lady at the lighthouse was also burned.
I find the connection rather stretched.
I'll catch you later, Bates.
Goodbye, sir.
Darren's like explanations like, "Whew, I barely made it," are so thin. There's no way anybody's actually buying the gruel that he's trying to sell. Supposed to be 2 more mosaic tiles, right? And I don't know where the others are. We got, if you want to count it, well, no, you don't count it because it came from the other place, really. But we got one from the crow or whatever outside. We got the one from the globe. That's 2.
That's Angelina's diary. She describes a time in Maine in it. The pages that follow have been torn out. Those are the pages I found in the hotel. There's nothing before all that. She seems to have only started writing a diary with her going to the U.S. Tuesday, I found him.
He's called Darren Michaels. Or rather, that's the name they have given him, if I'm right about my suspicions. He's very nice. I don't think he has the faintest idea about the whole thing. I wanted to speak to Mrs. Michaels, but nobody came to the door when I rang the bell.
Actually, let me read your comment and then we'll keep going. Bates should just tell poor Darren that he's not as clever as he thinks he is. That's right. Yep, exactly.
That's Angelina's There's Nothing Before. Tuesday, I found him.
He's called Darren Michaels. Or rather, that's the name they have given him, if I'm right about my suspicions. He's very nice. I don't think he has the faintest idea about the whole thing. I wanted to speak to Mrs. Michaels, but nobody came to the door when I rang the bell. There seems to be a man following me, even before my departure. I had the feeling of being watched. What does the man want from me? Evening. Mrs. Michaels has had a terrible accident. She's lying in hospital with severe head injuries. I wonder if she had already fallen when I rang the bell. Oh, God, I'm imagining all sorts of horrible things. Wednesday. I've been arrested for the murder of a man whom I barely know. I was led into a trap. A voice told me over the phone that they had information about Darren. When I arrived at the store, I discovered the body and was promptly arrested. I think my pursuer is behind this. Or am I being paranoid? Who can have an interest in finally ending all of this? Afternoon. Darren is so sweet the way he's really gone to town to help me. He's so ready to help. He's a bit of an oddball, but I like him a lot. Doesn't matter if he is who I think he is. I've found a good friend. Or maybe more. Later. Reginald Boris. That's my pursuer's name. There's no doubt anymore. He's here to hinder my search, to stop what I'm doing. Who has sent him? Evening. It's him. I know it now. He brought a little casket with him on our first date. Inside there was a photo of his mother and the servant Bates. They were standing in front of the gate at Black Mirror Castle. I recognized it immediately. He simply has to be a Gordon. His mother had an affair, and after the fire, she went to the USA. But I don't have the guts to tell him. His mom's lying in the hospital, and he has enough to worry about. On the other hand, I've got to find out who my new adversaries are. What might happen if I were to take Darren back to Willow Creek, and in doing so, bring him into danger? I couldn't forgive myself for that. I'll go back on my own and start my own investigations into who our enemies are. I'll tell Darren everything at some point.
Yeah, so I was hoping there was going to be some mention about the tiles there at the end or something, but nothing. Here she mentions the tiles. Part of the
Boris's
poem.
note is ripped down the middle. I can only read a half of the text. It reads to me like part of a poem.
See what this one
Days
said
be
again?
done, Gordon's son, hanging long and grow, the light end in sight. I reckon that this page isn't gonna help me much more without the rest of the diary.
There's nothing more in there.
I'll never be able to look in the mirror again without a shiver running down my spine. I'll never be able to... That should create a distraction. Pile of towels. Mr. Bates?
Yes?
Mr. Bates, the bathroom's underwater.
Sorry?
I was just going past the bathroom and the water was already washing into the hall.
Can you please get Sally, sir?
Sally's in trouble. She didn't even do it. Poor Sally. We're so mean. We're just the worst abusive guest. We're awful.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Sally, quick! The bathroom's underwater.
What?
Bates is really mad. You must have forgotten to turn the water off.
Oh, me? No, no!
I have no idea what we're accomplishing with a distraction, but I guess we're going to go into Bates' room and look around, maybe? Is that the plan? I don't know. Find out, I guess.
But I really don't know how that could have happened.
I've had enough of your excuses. You've missed something there.
But I have never left the flannel in the bathtub.
Oh, her ladyship will hear about this. You can consider yourself lucky if we don't subtract the damages from your wages.
They're both occupied.
Dude, we are seriously a bunch of... So cruel, dude.
Bates is...
Bates is distracted. We'll look at his room. Basically, is what he said. This whole, like, you click it, he says something, but you double-click the fast move, so I never know, and so I double-click and miss the... That's a little bit not okay, but whatever, I guess.
You can see straight away that Bates isn't well. He seems to have problems breathing. Perhaps lung cancer. Bates would be better off in a hospital, but he would rather die than leave this castle.
It's back to the corridor. Okay.
I've no idea who that is. There's no name on it. It's not one of the usual suspects. Not Shakespeare, not an ancient Greek. So what does Bates read then? Heinlein, Dick, Lem, Zalazny. Wow, the man really has taste.
Just does a spin.
There are clothes and underwear inside. Nothing important. bottle probably contains pure oxygen. It helps sick people breathe much easier. Bates must be very sick. When he was sitting here earlier, I could see he's dying.
Yeah, and I know there's a Black Mirror 3. Bates will not be in Black Mirror 3, I'm pretty positive. If he's got lung cancer in this one, there's no way he's going to be in the next one, right? Plus, they talk about how he's so old.
The portrait of an uptight,
everything.
miserable gentleman. Well, that's what you look like if you have to sit still for hours for an artist. The drawer is locked. That could be interesting. The wood is too sturdy. The knife would bend or break.
Okay, the wood is too sturdy. So at some point, we're going to need to...
The window looks out towards the castle gate. I can see the steps, the trees, nothing of interest.
No, not the drawer. Stop. Not the...
The drawer is locked and
Okay. I know it's locked, that's...
the butler is an orderly person, just as you'd expect. I can't find anything interesting. Bates isn't gonna leave any important documents lying around on his desk. Bates isn't gonna leave...
So we need to get into that drawer. What does he say again? It's just the wood
The drawer
sturdy,
is
right?
locked and seems to be very...
Needs the key, yeah. Where's the key gonna be? Could be in his pocket. Are we gonna try, while he's busy in the bathroom, try to pickpocket him? Seems unlikely to work. Oh, bedpost might be something hidden in there. There we go.
This bedpost looks more than a little strange. There's a slot in the side of the post. What have we got here? Hey, there's a little brass key inside.
That's cool. This was actually a brown color, and now it's not, showing that the
Small
key was
metal
removed.
Box. A few documents. And a photo. That's my mother. It's a picture of Mom, Bates, and a few other servants in the snow in front of the entrance portal. Underneath it says, "The Good Spirits of Black Mirror Castle, Christmas 1969. That doesn't add up. I was born in February 1970, and in this picture, my mother doesn't look at all like she's 7 months pregnant. Does that mean... No. The photo must have been labeled wrong.
Probably time for us to get out of here. Oh, there's a jewelry
It's
box.
too heavy for a jewelry box. I guess it's more like some kind of old-fashioned casket.
That's what we pulled out of the drawer, though, so... I think.
It almost looks like a combination lock, just with symbols instead of numbers. Who am I kidding? There are thousands of possible combinations. I'm not going to get any further with trial and error. I first need to find out which symbols are the right ones. I reckon that this page isn't going to help. A checkbook, a few notifications, and transfer forms. These are exactly the same ones I found in my mom's desk. And the handwriting is an exact match too. So it was Bates who was regularly sending cash to my mom. But on whose behalf? And am I really just looking for my father? This thing here could still be interesting. There's a note here between the papers. It has a header which says combination. looks like some kind of a aid memoir that Bates has written out. He must have conceded that his memory wasn't getting any better and wanted to play it safe. It says here, on Sir Egmont's portrait, the builder's eldest sister, my Christian name, the nymph's numbers. That looks like some... He must have... It says here, on Sir Egmont's portrait, the builder's eldest sister, my Christian name, the nymph's numbers.
Name and the nymph's numbers. Okay. Okay, so Sir Egmond's portrait. I don't know which one is Sir Egmond.
Hopefully, they're both still occupied.
We're going to discuss this immediately.
But nothing happened!
Only because the police officer discovered it before it was too late. Do you know what might have happened?
They're going downstairs. Excellent. In all the commotion, Bates will have forgotten that he didn't lock his room.
So ridiculous. It's so... They had a big argument where they were discussing things that obviously they don't want Darren to know. They come out of the bathroom, and they walk right past him. They can see he's right there, and he's like, do-do-do-do, looking up at the painting, like supposedly he didn't hear them. You really wouldn't get suspicious when somebody gets caught in that position, really? Okay. I guess. Anyway, where's Sir Egmond? Neither of these, right? This is Mordred. This is Marcus. No. This is Mordred. This, I think, is actually down a few generations, but not Egmond. Pretty sure it's not Egmond. There was not a portrait in the kitchen. It's got to be in the library, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Where was... As a tree is not going to be a portrait. Maybe we ask her? I don't know.
As I understand it, this house was built by your two ancestors, Marcus and Mordred. Is that correct?
Well, they at least laid the foundation stone. Most of the foundations, the cellars, and a few walls are from that period.
Not the rest.
Oh, no. You don't seem to be too au fait with architecture, Inspector. In Marcus's time, they weren't able to build castles like this. That came much later.
Who gave the castle its present-day look?
Many of the masters of Black Mirror improved and extended the castle, laid the gardens, and modernized all of the fixtures and fittings. But the one who really had the greatest influence on the fabric of the castle, as you see it now, was Frederick Arthur Gordon. He gave the castle the appearance it has today.
Frederick Arthur Gordon, then. Thank you.
And it's his eldest sister, according to the clues. Okay.
Can you tell me Bates's first name?
Now that's odd. He's been working for us for so long that I can't remember him ever having a forename. Please ask him yourself, Mr. Falk.
If that was only so simple.
Yeah. And then...
Is there a Sir Egmont in the Gordon family?
Sir Egmont? No. That doesn't ring a bell at all.
Or perhaps is there someone in the area with the name?
No. I'm sorry. Not that I know of.
Strange. Someone who Bates knows, but not Lady Victoria. That doesn't make things simpler exactly. I'll go and take a bit of a look around.
Of course.
Do you know Bates' first name?
What a strange question. I'm afraid I can't help you with that.
Does the name Sir Egmont mean anything to you?
A remote neighbour in Wales was called Sir Egmont, but you surely can't mean him.
No, surely not. Sir Egmont must be someone that Bates knew personally. Otherwise, the aid memoir would make no sense. I'm going to have another look around. Goodbye, Lady Eleanor.
It's nice to see another face in this house.
Okay, so we want over here Frederick Arthur Gordon. Find him first. Frederick Arthur. And then Andrea is his sister? Let's see what he says.
So, Frederick Arthur Gordon, where are you? Ah, here he is.
That's his wife, I would
Frederick
think.
had 4
Andrea.
sisters. The oldest answered to the pretty name of Rose.
Okay, so Rose is his oldest sister. So we got that clue. Okay. Nymph's numbers. Is it just 3 or is it something else? Let me see what he says when I analyze again.
There isn't really anything to see on the base of this figurine. Just a vertical line. Is it supposed to be a Roman 1? There's a Roman numeral carved into the base of the figurine. 19. XX is engraved on the base. Either there's an X missing to warn of its lewdness, or it's a Roman 20.
This nymph is naughty, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so 2019-1, Rose. Bates' Christian name, and then Sir Egmont's portrait. I don't know, Sir Egmont's portrait seems to be the least, or the most problematic one to get, right? Because there's not a portrait here. There might have been a portrait back in Wales, but we're not going to go way the hell over to Wales probably, right? So we're going to have to find out somehow. Maybe in Willow Creek? I don't think so. I wonder if we can go back to the hotel and Schmeckel Morris knows something. Because he's Mr. History Buff, right? Maybe. Let me do this. Let's head to Willow...
There are no answers to my questions in the village. Just a bunch of order members.
Could I go to the hotel? Gate. Gordon's Palace. Nope. So none of this. We're not going to any of this. Okay. Or even... So I can go front gate in this. That's a little bit faster than what I was doing. Okay. Okay.
I'll give him a few minutes break from me.
Driving him nuts. She'll be mad. Frustrated.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Do you know Bates's Christian names?
What? No. Lucifer, maybe.
He's the devil.
Does the name Sir Egmont mean anything to you?
Sir Egmont? Of course.
Really? Who's that then?
And why do you want to know that?
I need the information for my investigation.
And what if I didn't tell you?
What's that supposed to mean? Come on, tell me.
Well, one good turn. Being a copper, you can certainly do me a little favor. My brother Rupert's got a problem with a few speeding tickets. Maybe you could...
Hey, slow down. I'm not the traffic police. Tell me who Sir Egmont is, or your brother's speeding tickets will be the least of your problems.
You can't force me. I'm not telling you anything until you've helped me out too.
Okay. So what's your brother's name?
Rupert Wood.
I'll see if there's anything that can be done. Perhaps I can fool her on this. Okay. I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Ah, don't worry about it.
Rupert Wood. So we're gonna have to fool. Okay.
I'd rather leave him to his work.
Okay.
There's nothing about the well that interests me. And hopefully nothing in the well either.
Okay. Torn out page here. Can't really grab from here and try to combine it, so I guess we don't worry about it. It's probably one of the torn pages we have in our inventory separately, or something. Another torn page here. Of course, they could just be repeating it to make it look like it's a used book or something. I don't know. Find the third piece of mosaic. There isn't the faintest clue as to where the third piece of mosaic is to be found. There's still a locked door. I wonder what's really behind it. Open the casket. I can't just break the casket open. That would stand out immediately. Gotta enter the right combination to open it. Bates' mnemonic devices could help me with that. Someone in the castle must know the Sir Egmont, but I can't ask Bates. He might get suspicious. Sally, of all people, knows Sir Egmont. Or is the minx just trying to get me into helping her brother? One thing's for sure, I can't make his speeding ticket disappear. Perhaps I can make Sally believe I have. Bates' first name, that should be easy, even if I can't ask Bates. After all, Lady Victoria will know where her brother's Christian name is, or what her butler's Christian name is. Wrong. No one seems to know Bates' first name. Perhaps it's written down somewhere? In a letter, perhaps. Does Bates mean the half-naked statues that are all over the place? Am I supposed to count them? Okay. So, the 4 nymphs... Oh. I thought there were only 3. Okay, so there's another nymph somewhere? Oh. Guess I'm missing a number from one of them. But from where? Is it in the library? No. Not here. It must be outside somewhere, I guess. Let's see. There were 3 at the front gate. Something over on the side by the stables? No. Where's the 4th nymph? Could be back down by the ruin, but I don't think we can go there now. Only 3 here. Where's the 4th one, I wonder?
There are no answers to my
Not gonna go to Willow Creek.
private doorway to the castle.
See this, the sharp edge for the ruin, you cannot go there, or the academy, either one. You cannot go there now. So unless it's just not acceptable or not accessible on this map, unless that's what's going on, otherwise we cannot get anywhere but the castle. So there's another nymph somewhere. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I was hoping it was going to shift over. I can see something to the side, but I guess not. Okay, so there's nothing over at the stables. Where's another nymph? Not here. Not the library. Is it upstairs? I think so. There are these guardians or whatever, but that's not real. Those aren't nymphs. Nymphs. Oh, in the painting.
XVIII is written on the bottom corner. Ah, a Roman 18. Let's see. The nymphs have the numbers 1, 18, 19, and 20 on them. That would be 58 in total. But that doesn't help me with the symbols. What have these numbers got to do with the aid memoir? Maybe the numbers represent letters of the alphabet. What would that give us? A, R, S, T. Tars? No. Star. Yes, of course. The symbol is a star.
Okay, so there's a rose, there's a star. Still need stuff from Sir Egmont's portrait. And then we need Bates's Christian name as well. I think we'll leave it there for today. We'll go ahead and end this one for now. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Fun Act. Thanks, Silhouelle, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yep. So next week we'll be doing more of this, of course. And I will, in 7.5 hours, we'll be streaming again. It'll be, like I was saying yesterday, or on the previous stream, tonight will be Stasis Bone Totem. We'll be continuing that, so that'll be fun. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate the support. We'll talk to you guys soon. Be safe during the day. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the holidays as they're coming up. And I hope you guys are doing well. As always, thanks for the support. And I will talk to you guys soon. Until next time, be safe. See you guys out there sometime. Peace.
Poor spider.
His freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.